All right. Hello, 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 everyone. Come on in. I would like to wish everyone a happy Thursday. And we are here together to discuss some of this information that is right before our eyes. It is not hidden behind paywalls. It is not hidden in places where people can't go. It's right there for everyone to see. Okay. So put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Okay. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Yes, yes, yes. Let me give it another minute or so, probably less than that. And then we are going to get started. And while we wait for everyone else to join us, let me say hello to everyone. Natasha, she says, hello, everyone. I'm working on my schoolwork, so I'll be in and out of the chat. Yes. Starry eyed, my good sis. Sexy RM, my good sis. Donna, I was thinking about you. I have your email. I'm going to write you back. But I definitely manifested you because I was thinking to myself, I haven't seen Donna in a little bit. So good, good, good. She says, USA paganism. Oh, this will be good. Mm hmm. CS, she's here. Yes, 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 yes. Sleepy bee. Okay, the ones are in the chat. You all can hear me. My good sis, Empress. Hey, girl. How are you? All right. Now, okay, so let's just go ahead and get started. What brought me to present this information is, I was listening to some of the conversations online as it pertains to Charlie Kirk. There are many people online that are investigating. They're talking about the tweets. They're talking about, all these different things as it pertains to Charlie Kirk. And, per Charlie Kirk, he was a Christian. And then, there's a lot of conversation about the United States, quote unquote, being a Christian country. That is not the case. That is absolutely not the case. And when people present their sides to this argument that, the United States is a Christian country, they like to say, well, the Declaration of Independence and the founding fathers, and they were Christians. They like to talk about their historical favorites, George Washington and Ben Franklin and all of the, the founding fathers, the people that signed the Declaration of Independence, the people that helped to establish the United States. But baby, I'm going to present to you information that I feel shows that the United States is not a Christian country, as well as those founding fathers. At least a few of them, they're not Christian. Okay. And I'm just going to show you the information. It's right before your eyes. Okay. So make sure you hit that like button. If you are new to the channel, welcome to my day ones, my day twos, my day threes, my day fours. I'm glad you all are here. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let me see. We'll talk about it, Donna. Okay. So let's get into it. My banner is here. It's here. It's scrolling across the bottom. It's scrolling across the bottom. So let's get into this information. Let's get into this information. And I'm going to start with things. I will be doing a lot of focus on Washington, D.C., the District of Columbia, because, for us, for those of us who are citizens of the United States of America, right, our nation's capital is Washington, District of Columbia, right? That's where the presidential palace is, aka the White House. You have Capitol Hill, Library of Congress, this is Smithsonian, you have the Washington Mall, the monument, all those different things. But right now, I want to focus on something that if you visit this place, you'll see it. But we're going to talk about what's really going on here. Okay? We're going to talk about that. So let me share. We're going to get right into it. All right. So as we can see here, and let me make myself a little bit smaller. Can I do it this way? No. Okay, let's do it this way. Okay, what we are looking at right here, this is the web page of the U.S. Capitol. Okay, the United States Capitol. What do you see here? Let's scroll down the page. It says, "We the people, welcome to the U.S. Capitol." You can take a tour. Okay, and right now the United States government is in a shutdown, so national historical places, the employees aren't being paid, right? So tours and stuff like that, they're not going to happen. But this is the U.S. Capitol, the visitor center. You can see there's all this, history there. Is very ornate inside. Feature programs, all this good stuff, right? All this good stuff. I want to focus on this. What we're looking at right here. This is a picture of the mural, the painting in the dome of the rotunda of the US Capitol. Okay. This is his. We're gonna get into this. We're gonna get into this. So let me switch screens so you all can see. We're gonna get a little bit closer into it. Okay. And just so that you all know, the artist that painted this was Italian Greek artist Constantino Brumidi. Okay, he was born in 1805. He passed in 1880. Okay, he was a student of the Academy of Arts in Rome. Okay, he eventually came to the United States. All right, so we're going to switch to this page here. All right. All right. Now, in 1856, Brumidi met Captain Montgomery Meigs of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, blah, 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 blah. But what we're looking at, that painting in the dome of the rotunda of the U.S. Capitol building, do you all know what that is called? Do you know what that is called? If you don't know what that is called, I'm going to tell you. This is called the apotheosis of Washington. Okay? The apotheosis of Washington. And this is what it looks like. Okay? This webpage that I'm on right here, this is Architect of the Capitol. This is AOC.gov. So this is a government website. This is called the apotheosis of Washington. And this is where the energetic problems began. Okay. It was painted in 1865 by Constantino Brumidi. Okay. This is a fresco. It is 180 feet above the rotunda floor. Okay. This is what this looks like. Okay. So everyone can see this. Okay. Everyone can see this. Yes. This is the apotheosis. And everyone knows that's what it's called, but I guess people like to close their eyes. The apotheosis of Washington. Give me one sec. Let me. Okay. All right. The apotheosis of Washington. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. Okay. Let's what does this mean? What does this mean? And we're going to go to the dictionary. We're going to go to the dictionary. All right. We are here. Apotheosis. Okay. The perfect form or example of something. 1B is the highest or best part of something, like the peak. 2, elevation to divine status, also known as deification. Okay. This is a Greek word. Okay. This is a Greek word, apotheosis. Okay. Did you know, and this is from the Merriam-Webster dictionary, it says, did you know among the ancient Greeks, it was sometimes thought fitting to grant someone God status? Hence the word apotheosis, from the verb apotheo or apotheon, meaning to deify. All are rooted in Greek theos, right? So when we're talking about, theosophy majors, things like that, that means religion, it means a deity, it means God, right? Which we can also thank for such religion related terms as theology, atheism. Okay. So, deify, God like status. Okay. God like status. Okay. All right. So now we have our definition. We have our definition. So we see this painting, this fresco, the apotheosis of Washington, as in George Washington, the first president of the United States, one of the founding fathers, signer of the Declaration of Independence, all that good stuff. The apotheosis of Washington. And we see these wonderful figures painted high, up in the sky, up in the clouds or whatever. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through these pictures and see who we can point out. All right. So we can look here and see. We can look here and see, and let me just make it, because I need everybody to see. This is George Washington. Right there in his little military uniform. Okay, that's George Washington right there. Okay. There are a bunch of figures in this picture, in this painting. This is a fresco painting. There are a bunch of we're gonna go through it, because the paganism, okay. The paganism is there for everyone to see, but a lot of people like to close their eyes. A lot of people like to close their eyes. But we're about to go through this, honey. We're about to go through this. Okay, but yeah, that's George Washington seated. Okay, notice his hand placements, because I'm gonna back it up. I'm gonna back it up with the receipts. Hand placements. Okay, hand placements. So we're here. Okay, so we're gonna go through this one by one, and here. And see this right here, it says Washington is between liberty and victory. Okay, let me make this bigger, because we got to see it all. I want y'all to see it all. Washington, this is George Washington here, seated in the middle, between this right here, liberty and victory. Okay, between liberty and victory. And the definition is here again. The term apotheosis refers to the entrance into heaven of an individual considered equal to the gods and therefore divine. Okay. Washington was not deified by the US Senate. I mean, I didn't know that the US Senate could deify someone, but hey, we learn something every day. But he was considered to be the father of the country and guardian spirit of the United States. Do you all see this? Guardian spirit. He was considered to be the father of the country and guardian spirit of the United States. Okay. And I want you to keep this term father of the country. I want you to keep father in mind. Okay. Okay. So he's dressed in his blue military uniform. Okay. He holds his sword pointing downward in his left hand. Okay. So I want you to think about that. When we talk about the left hand path in spiritual work and magical practices, the left hand path is the what? The path that's going to tear your ass up, the path that's going to fight. Okay. The left hand work is heavy handed work. Okay. So he has his sword in his left hand, and we see it here. Okay. So I want you all to pay attention and start putting it together. Okay. His right hand is extended towards Liberty. Liberty, a young blonde woman. Okay. Liberty, young blonde woman. She wears a peaked red cap, the cap of liberty, worn in the French Revolution. She carries Roman faces, okay, a bundle of rods tied together by a cord with an axe head projecting from the top. It was the Roman symbol of civil authority. I thought this was a Christian country. Liberty is a Roman goddess, okay? And this Roman goddess became the symbol of American democracy, okay? Winged Victory sits at the other side of Washington. She carries the palm branch of peace and wears a laurel wreath crown of victory. This her right here. This is her. So we have the deification of George Washington. We have one Roman goddess here. We have another Roman goddess here. Okay. All right. Make sure we're keeping up. Okay. Okay. So below Washington, war, goddess of war, is represented by the figure of freedom and an American eagle. I want you all to remember the terms father and American eagle. I want you to remember. Okay. I want you to remember. Okay. I want you to remember. So if we're moving right along, so this scene right here is the scene of agriculture. Okay. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button if you would like to tip your hostess today. That will be lovely because I'm showing you things that are in plain sight that people love to keep their head in the sand about. Okay, so agriculture. American agriculture is represented by the Roman goddesses Ceres and Flora. Okay, Ceres and Flora. We're here. We're here now. Okay, Ceres and Flora. Ceres, that's the base of the word cereal. Okay. Ceres is the base of the word cereal. When we're talking about cereal, we're talking about grains, oats, wheat, millet, flour. We're talking about that. Okay. American agriculture is represented by the Roman goddesses Ceres and Flora. Okay. Ceres represents the sowing, nourishing, and harvesting of all agricultural products. Okay. Ceres wears a crown of wheat. So this is her right here. This is Ceres wearing her crown of wheat. And she's holding a cornucopia full of vegetables. Okay. Okay. Making sure we're still together. Okay, so a male, okay, she got the cornucopia full of vegetables. A pineapple is at the top. You can see the pineapple right there. A male figure dressed in gold wears the red cap of liberty, which America enjoys. He hands Ceres the reins of two Palomino horses. Right here, the horses that pull the McCormick Reaper. Okay. Flora, the goddess of flowering plants, gathers a bouquet. This is Flora right here. So we got the deification of George Washington, the father of the country. Okay. Father of the country. We have goddesses, victory. And who was the other one? Victory, freedom. Okay, Roman goddesses. Then we got the Roman goddesses of Ceres and Flora in this one. Now, in this next picture here, this is the next picture. Okay. This is the next picture. This is all sections of the fresco that is painted in the United States Capitol building in the Dome of the Rotunda. Okay, this is a real painting. Okay, so in this next, we're on to the next section. Okay, we're on to the next section. Now we're on to mechanics. The mechanical advancements of America are represented by what? Vulcan, the Roman god of fire and forge. So we got the Roman goddesses of agriculture and flowers. We got the Roman goddesses, freedom, victory, all like that. Now we have the mechanical achievements of the United States, represented by Vulcan, the Roman god of fire and forge. This god was the inventor of smithing and metalwork that provided Rome with its superior weapons. Vulcan stands with his right leg resting upon the barrel of a cannon. Okay, so this is Vulcan. Okay. This is Vulcan. Okay, what else do we have here? I want y'all to see this E pluribus unum. E pluribus unum. Okay, so in this next section of the mural, we have commerce. And I want you all to remember what I told you all. Okay, Mercury, the Roman god of commerce, finance, and messenger of the gods, sits upon boxes and crates. This is Mercury. Okay, this is Mercury. And I want you to look. This is Mercury, the god of commerce, finance, and messenger of the gods. Okay, let me do this. Okay, so he's there. He wears winged sandals and a winged hat, carries a caduceus. Mercury hands, I want you all to pay attention to this. Mercury hands a bag of money to Robert Morris, the gentleman in the dark blue suit and powdered wig. Robert Morris was a major financier of the American Revolution. So we're just going through all of these gods and goddesses of the Roman pagan pantheon. Okay. So, this we got Mercury. We got Mercury here. We got everybody. We got Ceres, we got Flora. Okay. Okay. Now, if we go to the next section, who do we have here? Okay, so we're talking about marine, water, aquatic stuff right now. So who do we have here? Okay, we got my man's with a trident. Representing the oceans and marine life is the Roman god Neptune, holding his trident. His seashell chariot is drawn over the waves by two white seahorses. He's accompanied by mermen and an infant on a dolphin. Venus, draped in blue, holds onto a black cable representing the transatlantic cable that was being laid at the time. Okay, so we got sea, we got land. Okay. In the next portion, we're going to science, the scientific aspect. The rainbow on which Washington, liberty, and freedom sit Okay, so this is the rainbow here. Okay, you can see this was George Washington. Okay, they're sitting on this rainbow here. Okay, you can see it here. But this scene is about Minerva. Minerva is the Roman goddess of wisdom, justice, law, arts, and victory in war. This is Minerva. The Greek, the Greek goddess, her, direct, translation of it is Athena. Okay, so Athena, Minerva, same goddess, just different names because it's different cultures. Okay. She holds a spear and a warrior's helmet. Okay. So when you see these helmets, the USC Trojans and all like that, this is what this is coming from. It's directly from this is where it's coming from. She points to three men sitting beside her, the inventors, Benjamin Franklin, Samuel F.B. Morse. This is where we get Morse code from, and Robert Fulton. Okay. Okay. So we got science, we got aqua, water, we got agriculture, we got war, we got justice, we got freedom, we got liberty. Okay. Okay. So yeah, that is that's the picture. That is the picture. And let's take a look at this one more time. This is what we were just looking at. We just went around the wheel, right? We went around it. We see everybody. Uh-huh. Apotheosis. And this is exactly what it's called, the apotheosis of Washington. Okay. The apotheosis. Now, remember when I told you all to keep certain words in mind? Father, deity, or protective deity of the country. So who is George Washington? According to this, he is the apotheosis of Washington. We have seen what the word means. It's a Greek word. It's talking about the deification of someone, raising them to godlike status, right? Who is he supposed to be? Who is he supposed to be? I'll show you who he's supposed to be. George Washington is Jupiter. George Washington is Jupiter. He has been elevated via this painting, the apotheosis of George Washington, elevated to Jupiter, to godlike status. Okay. Jupiter is the Roman, Zeus is the Greek. What do we see here? What do we see in this picture? This is Jupiter. What's that bird on? What's that bird right there? What's that bird to the left of him? Oh, the eagle. The official mascot of the United States. The official mascot of the United States. Okay. Let's go over here. Greek gods and goddesses. Okay. So we're here. We're on the Roman side. Jupiter, the Roman king of the gods. In terms of Roman mythology, the god Jupiter is the king. He is the king of the gods. Jupiter is the main man, a la Zeus in Greek mythology. You want to know what's funny about this? You want to know what's funny about this? If we look at Zeus in Greek mythology, he is the father of gods and men. He's the king of Mount Olympus, home of the Greek gods, where he rules. Okay. He overthrew his father Cronus. Kind of like, the United States kicking out the British, overthrowing their power. George Washington being, quote unquote, the leader of that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So yeah, let's let's go back. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Jupiter, the Roman king of the gods. And look here, we have the same picture of Jupiter with this eagle sitting here. It's the same one. You want to see something that's interesting to see? Yeah, let me show you all this. Let me show you all this. Let me show you all this. So, let me show you all this. And we're just going to go here. This is the George Washington marble sculpture. Okay? But look at the positioning. Wearing the toga, the 1 foot back, 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, 1 foot forward. It looks similar to this. It looks very similar to that. Mm-hmm. It looks very similar to that because remember, George Washington, thought of as George Washington, thought of as the patron saint of the United States. So how you supposed to be the patron saint? How you supposed to be saving something? What kind of powers do you have? What type of powers do you have if you're gonna be the patron saint or the deity? Okay. This is nothing more, right? Because you can't always listen to what someone says. You have to watch what they do. You have to watch what they do. Okay? This is God of the sky. Okay, notice he was painted up in the sky. Like this is okay. This is exactly what this is. Okay, we can look further here. Rome's religious king. The Romans didn't quite use religion like we do today. They had a separate god for each of them. But going back to Jupiter, he was the god who the people prayed to and honored the most. Okay? And George Washington is the name that is thought about when we're talking about the 4th of July and the founding of the United States. That is what this is. Okay? That is what this is. And that is exactly what was painted in the dome of the rotunda of the US Capitol. Okay? It's still up there. That they didn't look at this and say, "Oh my God, this is paganism, heathenism. We got to tear all this down." They didn't use people or figures from the Christian Bible. They didn't do that. This painter, okay, the painter painted all this in the Roman pantheon, elevating George Washington to the status of God. Okay? Empress says, I've always said this country was a mix of Greek, Roman Republic. Well, girl, we're looking at it. We're looking at it. Okay. We see Jupiter. Jupiter asks, Jupiter, the supreme god of the Roman pantheon, the shining father, protector of the state and its laws. Here it is right here. The same posing, the same toga as the George Washington sculpture with the damn eagle right here. You can't tell me that that isn't what this is. You absolutely cannot tell me what this is. They didn't, you know, they didn't use biblical Christian figures. They didn't put Jesus up there. They didn't say Jesus helped them through the fight. They didn't, that's not what's there. What is there in front of your eyes for everyone to see is this. But then they're going to come back and tell you, okay? They're going to come back and tell you that this is a Christian country. I think not. I think not. I think the fuck not. No. Thank you so much for the super sticker, Starry Eyed. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you so much. Yeah. So they all out here fighting and all like, baby, that's not what this is. They fighting. This is a Christian country. And so, no, baby. That's not what this is. And I want you all to notice they used the Roman names. Why is this important? The Roman names, these are the names of the planets used in astrology. We saw Mercury. We saw Neptune. George Washington is Jupiter. Okay? We see this. You can pull up any astrology software and add these asteroids and stuff in there. They're using these names. They're using these names. Okay? You can go to Boston, right? The city of Boston, and look around and like all the old history and stuff, you know, the small little houses and stuff like that. When you go to Washington, D.C., what do those buildings look like? What do those buildings look like? They look like old school Greek and Roman what? Palaces and colosseums. That is what they look like in Washington, D.C. That is exactly what they look like. So again, you cannot pay attention to what people say. You have to watch what they do. Okay? You have to watch what they do. Okay? They are playing in your face. And again, U.S. Capitol Visitor Center, what do they have here for everyone to see? They have this here. We the people, welcome to the U.S. Capitol. Book a tour here. They have this right here. Here go Neptune ass right there. This is Mercury. Remember I told you all, it's not Jupiter that's money. Remember, Jupiter gets aligned with money, but it's not Jupiter. We just read it. It's not Jupiter. Mercury is the Roman god of commerce, okay? The money, the business transactions, okay? And I want you all to peep something. Peep game. Peep game. They tell you right here. So we're back over here. This is the picture. This is Mercury. Okay, with his winged helmet. Okay, what do you think Nike shoes are? Nike shoes with the wing to go fast for running, transportation. The company Nike is based off of Mercury, the god Mercury. Okay, but that's another conversation. Okay, look at Mercury. He got the bag. Mercury is holding the bag. Okay, let's go down here. Mercury, the god of commerce, finance, and messenger of the gods, sits upon boxes and crates. Mercury hands a bag of money to Robert Morris, the gentleman in the dark blue suit and powdered wig. To me, it says like they petitioned this god to get them some money. That's what it says to me. That's what it says to me. Mercury gives a bag of money to Robert Morris. And if you don't know who Robert Morris is considered to be the creator of the financial system here in the United States. I BS you not. Let me find the page because I absolutely pulled it up. Yeah, Robert Morris. Okay, Robert Morris is considered to be the financier of the American Revolution. Okay, and I'm going to show you. We're going to go here. Okay, I typed in Robert Morris, founder of financial system of the United States. We can go here because I already read it. Robert Morris is known as the financier of the American Revolution. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He didn't even really want to deal with it, though. Let's read this. Morris was born January 20, Liverpool, England. Okay, fine. He comes to the United States with his father. He loved his birth country. As a financier, he did not approve of Britain's taxation on American goods and commerce. Okay. He did not join the First Continental Congress. He befriended the congressional delegates such as George Washington. Robert Morris is right up there with Mercury in the painting, The Apotheosis of George Washington. Okay. Originally, Morris was a moderate and did not vote for independence from Britain. However, when the Declaration of Independence was being signed, Morris affixed his name to it. He didn't even fucking believe in it, but he signed his name anyway. He didn't even believe in the shit, but he signed his name anyway. Okay. He was the one, according to history, who was financing the fight, the American Revolution fight. But yeah, so he got his place in history. There he is right there. Robert Morris, that's him right there. That's your homie right there. He handing the bag. Mercury is handing the bag of money to Robert Morris. He ain't even Robert Morris and Robert Morris ain't even believe in it. He just signed his name there. He ain't even believe in the shit. So like I said, you cannot pay attention to what they say. You have to watch what they do. You have to watch what they do. Okay? You have to watch what they do. Okay? You have to watch what they do. You have to watch what they do. Mm-hmm. OG grifter, Yep, he ain't read the shit. He was loyal to his own country. But I'm gonna sign the shit anyway. All right, fuck it. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna sign it too. He didn't even believe in it. But like I said, this is what is in our faces every day. These things, it's stuff like this. Okay. It's stuff like this that is in our faces every day. And people like to pretend like the shit is there. You just have to know what you're looking at. Okay. And that is the entire purpose of the series Esoterica Obscura, because baby, it's a lot of stuff out there in plain sight. They hide a lot of stuff in artwork. They hide a lot of stuff behind fables and stories. But the real meanings, the real reasons, yeah, it's a lot of occult, esoteric, paganism, magical, astrology, spell work. It's a bunch of that out here. So the next time you go to Washington, D.C., understand that Washington, D.C. is nothing more than pretty much the altar and really the birthplace of the United States, esoterically, okay, spiritually, because they keep trying to push this on there, baby. No. And guess what? Bonus points. A lot of these people in this artwork were Freemasons, okay? They were Freemasons. George Washington, Ben Franklin, a bunch of them. A lot of the signers of the Declaration of Independence, they were Freemasons. So these people who were establishing the United States, the information, it's hidden in plain sight. You just have to understand what you are looking at. And a lot of it is paganism, okay? Not paganism from Egypt, okay? It's not that. The Greek and especially the Roman, okay? We just went through these gods and goddesses here, okay? Yeah, that's exactly what happened. He said, "Oh, so y'all finna win? Okay, I'm coming too. Y'all ain't gonna leave me out." Mm-hmm. But the OG that they are absolutely, um, that they are absolutely, um, absolutely paying homage to the OG, the daddy, um, the OG, the daddy Mac, the ruler, the one of all the gods. Yeah, yeah. It's George Washington. The apotheosis, the George Washington. Like I said, his whole statue, you know what I'm saying? It's there. Baby, that ain't nothing but Zeus, okay? And there is nothing but astrology, magic, the esotericism, especially in Washington, D.C. But you can't tell me, you can't tell me that you can't tell me that this is Christian. You can't tell me that this is Christian. You cannot tell me that this is Christian because it is not. Yeah, Big Daddy Jupiter. Mm-hmm. Yep. Big Daddy Jupiter. Mm-hmm. Jupiter, Zeus. They're using the Roman because this is, a lot of times they say, like United States is a mini Rome. They say United States is a mini Rome, and I'm just gonna go out there and say it. It was a bunch of the Greeks and the Romans that were homosexuals. Okay, them homosexuals. I was reading stuff about George Washington. He liked to sleep in the bed with one of his favorite men's. I sure was reading it because they say when men go off to war, it's totally natural for them to have these intimate relationships with men that they spend so much time with. They like to say the United States is a mini Rome. They don't say the United States is a mini Greece. They say United States is a mini Rome. And baby, these Roman gods and goddesses, they out here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, y'all. Yeah, y'all. So, whew, that was very interesting, if I would not say so myself. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and throw your mew if you got your mew emojis for members. Go ahead, throw your mew. That's exactly what this is. That's it. That's exactly what this is. That's exactly what this is. So when we're seeing all this, rampant quote unquote pedophilia, all this other shit going on in this country, all this weirdo shit. hmm But like I said, don't let them play in your face talking about this is a Christian country. Okay. Don't let them, if someone wants to argue this point with you, show them that mural of the apotheosis of Wash, it's in your face. They didn't say like this is the mural of the founding fathers uh with the characteristic traits of freedom and liberty. No, the name of the mural is the apotheosis of Washington. That's the name of it. The apotheosis, the deification, the elevation of this man to God status. And you know they like to worship, okay? They like to worship them. They worship them. So, like I said, next time they want to tell you it's a Christian country, okay, explain this mural in the rotunda, in the dome of the rotunda of the U.S. Capitol. Explain, explain this mural with these Roman gods and goddesses, and why is George Washington being elevated to that of a deity? So next time they want to say it, ask, show them the receipts, and ask them to explain. And they're gonna say something like, "Oh, that's everybody was painted like that back in the day." Okay, sure. Like I said, same thing with them buildings in DC. They look like Greek and Roman palaces. Those columns and shit like that, that's what they are. They are palaces. They are palaces. And Washington, D.C. is nothing more than the altar, the main altar for the United States of America. So, that's right. Mew, 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 mew. Yeah, she said this is why I like Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. Yeah, Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief is not playing in your face though. Percy Jackson is a demigod. Okay, they're telling you that's what it is. They're not saying that we're Christians, but we just gonna play around in these pagan pantheons. That's Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief absolutely is. That's what it's based on. It's based on that. But they're not saying that they're Christians and then going around doing this. No, they're not. It tells you exactly what it is, not these other people trying to play in your face. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I saw that the other day too, and I thought about you, Donna. But yeah, so like I said, I just wanted to bring this to you. This was episode 2 of Esoterica Obscura, Paganism in Plain Sight. And you know, did you all learn something? Was this something new to you? Um, let me know. Let me know. I'd love to get the conversation started. But yeah, I was just like, apotheosis, and it's right here in people's faces. So next time, they want to talk about this 4th of July and the flag and the eagle and all like that, baby. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's right in your face. So I definitely have some more of these episodes planned out for you all. I'm gonna be bringing the occult, the esoterica. I'm gonna be bringing you and breaking this down for you because a lot of it is everywhere. Okay, a lot of it is everywhere, but it's right in your face. It's right in your face. So, she said it adds on to what happened with Princess Diana. Oh yeah. If you did not watch my Princess Diana, was she ritually sacrificed? If you did not watch that live stream that I did almost 2 years ago, please go back and watch it. Because Princess Diana, okay, she absolutely was ritually sacrificed. This is my opinion. Okay. But I showed you all. Okay. I showed you all. I showed you all. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right in our faces, and folks blink too fast and miss it. You have to understand the glamour magic that's used. There's a lot of glamour magic that's used. Um Glamour magic, trances is in your face because we've been, as citizens of the United States, the overall energy is to, oh, we're land of the free and the home of the brave and all like that, and this, that, and the other with, and they keep They keep repeating things over and over and over so that they sit in your psyche and become truth. The more people repeat something over and over and over and over, it sticks. It becomes the it becomes the framework. It becomes the image that's out in front. Okay? And the other stuff is hidden behind it. Okay? The other stuff is hidden behind it. But if you look good enough, you will see it out there. Thank you so much, Starry Eye. Starry Eye put the link for the my live stream on Princess Diana. What really happened to her? Was she ritually sacrificed? So if you did not watch that stream, I think it's maybe like an hour and a half to 2 hours. Please go ahead and watch it because, like I said, playing in our faces. We're playing in other people's faces. Stick with me and you'll understand exactly what you're looking at. Okay. Stick with me and I'm going to show you exactly what you are looking at. So, with that being said, I am going to get out of here. And I will not be live tomorrow because I'm traveling tomorrow. But I will probably um it'll probably be Sunday. I'm traveling tomorrow, but it will probably be Sunday. I will come back to you all, probably with another episode of Esoterica Obscura. Okay, because like I said, it's a bunch of stuff right here in our faces. And same thing with Wall Street. Wall Street and the Venus Taurus bull of Wall Street. Okay. So, once again, I'm going to get out of here. I thank you all so much for chilling here with me. I hope you learned something. We're going to do more and more of these, right? So I can show you all what's really going on, the what's up of what's really going on. And thank you so much for everyone who super chatted me and your members and all like that. So I love y'all. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat. Natasha says, thank you, Q. Can we pray to George Washington to get the orange demon out? I don't know, girl. You're going to have to try. You will have to try. But I want you all to understand something. Part of this, before I go, I'm going to say this. The deification, the apotheosis of George Washington, that is energy that transfers down from president to president. Okay? George Washington was the first. But when we have other things that establish and hold on to this energy like President's Day, I want you all to think about something. When presidents die, I want you all to think about something. When presidents of the United States die, where are their bodies put on display? I'm going to ask again. When presidents of the United States die, where are their bodies in their caskets put on display? The rotunda. The rotunda, okay, like I said, Washington, D.C. is an altar. The rotunda is absolutely part of, quote unquote, the altar of Washington, D.C. They are laid in that rotunda right under the apotheosis fresco of George Washington and those gods and goddesses. Okay? Yep. So, like I said, it's a lot going on out here. It's a lot going on out here in these spiritual streets. It's a lot going on out here in these spiritual streets. Laid right under that. Right under that. Not in the White House, not on the National Mall, the Capitol building. Now you all are getting it. Now you all are understanding. They really wanted him to lie in state. They were trying to deify. Charlie Kirk. Yeah. Always pay attention. Always pay attention. So All right, y'all. So, so yeah, like I said, I'm gonna get out of here again. Thank you so much for rocking with me. I love you all. Thank you so much for the super chat. I'm gonna see you all probably Sunday. Sunday, go back and watch some of these videos. Get the energetics of the occult and everything that's going on. With the Esoterica Obscura series is gonna be coming in hot. So I'm gonna see y'all around these YouTube streets. I'll be back on Sunday. I love you all. Thank you very, very much. Y'all enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Bye-bye.